some concerns about your dog. He's using the restroom in my property.
Well, I understand your concern, but the problem is there's a hole in the fence, on your fence, and that needs to be fixed. Otherwise, he wouldn't get out to your property because then he'd say it's in the backyard. Is there some way we can get that fixed?
I don't have the money to fix the fence, but I think you need to take care of your dog. You know, most of the time they are kept on a leash, even in the backyard. So you need to make sure you take care of it so he wouldn't go into my property.
Okay, yes, it is my responsibility, but this is one of the reasons I have a home, so I have a fence. So I don't have to keep an eye on the dog all the time. If I wanted to walk the dog all the time, then that would be different. But if you don't have the money to fix the fence, then maybe there's something you can do. Maybe put up a piece of board on it. Maybe do something to try and alleviate that problem. Yes, the dog is my responsibility, but what he does in the backyard, he just I can't watch him all the time when he's in the backyard.
And to be honest, animals and things like that are illegal to come into my property. So I think it's your own responsibility to take care of your pet as a pet owner, of course. I really don't want to cause any animosity between the two of us, but I think it's important that you take care of your own things in your backyard. So, like the dog, so he wouldn't get into my property.
Well, according to the law, I have a backyard, and the dog doesn't need to be on a leash in the backyard. That's the law. And so, if you need some wood or something, I have a lot of that stuff in my garage. I'll be more than happy to give it to you. If you want to fix the fence, I can't fix it from your side. So I'll be glad to do that, and maybe that'll take care of this problem.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
Okay, well, let's go into my garage and let's see what you need and get you up to date there. Okay,
Okay, sounds good.
that sounds good.
Also, something else I want to make you aware of. Your children like to play with some kind of ball, and the ball tend to go over the fence onto my backyard. And sometimes the ball just lands on my flowers, my flower bed. And I really love my garden. I work my butt off, working, watering, seeding, fertilizing. So make sure your kids take care of the ball and stay in your side of the yard.
Okay, I can understand that. The only thing is that if it does go into your yard, maybe if they were able to tell me and then we can go around and get the ball instead of them going over the fence to get the ball and trampling on your flowers. I will make them cognizant of the fact that climbing over the fence is not a good idea in the first place because it could lead to injuries. And in the second place is we'll try and work with them and get them to keep the ball in the yard. I don't know what they're playing that it goes in the yard at that time. Um, and while we're at it, just want to let you be aware that your kids turn up music and play loud late into the night. And it's hard for us to get to sleep or the kids to get to sleep. I know they're teenagers and they love their loud music, but maybe if they cut it off like around 10:30, 11 at night, maybe then, everything will be kosher and we wouldn't have to worry about all the noise.
Really? That's interesting, because my kids are deaf. Are you sure the noise is coming from my house?
Well, do they have hearing friends come over to play music? And because I know.
Okay, I'll check into that. I can feel the vibration to see if they're loud or not. Thank you for sharing that with me. I will check into that.
Okay, and I will check and make sure that it isn't actually coming from your house. It just sounds like it from where I'm in the room. It just sounds like it's coming from your house. So I'll make sure I do a better check on that, so we don't have to worry about that.
Okay, sounds good. I'll do the same. Perfect.
Now I know that also sometimes I come home and my driveway's blocked because you're having a party or you're having friends over and they block my driveway and they leave no place also for us to park a second car. How can we determine, how can we get over this part of it? Because we still, would like just to have access to our yard as well, the front yard.
I'm sorry about that. But really, the driveway is supposed to be public and it's supposed to be shared with everyone. Do you mean my friends are blocking your driveway?
Yes, it makes it hard to get into the driveway. But it is a law, they're not supposed to block driveways, they're not supposed to block the right of way into the street. But, as I don't know whose car it is, I don't feel comfortable in going and saying, hey, you need to move this car.
Well, I have a suggestion. How about some signs that say no parking? So they know that you really want your driveway free from blocking. I don't mind, every now and then um, to just set the time for you.
We can do that, but come and look at the yard, don't you think? But we can do that. If you tell me in advance when your parties are,
Mhm.
I'll just put them up on the day of the party. How does that sound? Is that good?
Well, that sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay, great. Well, we've had a great time discussing all these issues. Now we can be great neighbors.
Yes, yes. I'm glad you're my neighbor.